Number 3 on the list is Goose Island in Chicago. I have to confess I was a little nervous about Goose Island because I thought, gosh, is that a brewery that's too big for us to take our little craft beer TV show to? Turns out it wasn't. I was also nervous because I wondered, gosh, are these big city people gonna look down their noses at tiny little rinky-dink us? They didn't. In fact, they were big fans even before we got there. Goose Island comes in at number 3. So Tim, one of the things that, of course, Goose Island is known for is your barrel program.
Yep.
And you started pretty early on, like in the early 90s. Was it like 6 barrels?
Yep. It started at our Clybourne Brew Pub. Our brewmaster, Greg Hall, was at a beer dinner with the head distiller of Jim Beam. And basically they got talking at this beer, bourbon, and cigar pairing dinner about like collaboration opportunities. And
so it's just 2 guys at a dinner, and now it's all this.
Yeah, and he asked like, hey, we'd like to put beer into a bourbon barrel to celebrate our 1000th batch, and it came to this.
So you start with 6 barrels. We are at the barrel facility. This is its own facility, which is, how big is this place?
It's about 144,000 square feet.
And they've got barrels everywhere. I mean, Tim, this is crazy. I'm noticing a climate change as we move from room to room. I imagine that's not an accident.
Yeah, so this kind of section of the warehouse is not temperature controlled. The reason being is we kind of want the barrels to swell and contract with the seasons. Kind of the swelling allows for the uptake of the beer into the wood, and then the contractions during the colder months allow kind of like that contraction and allows more of that liquid to come out and more flavor extraction.
So being in the heart of Chicago, a town that has 4 seasons, is good for the beer that you barrel age.
Definitely, yeah.
You couldn't get away with this if you had a facility in Phoenix.
Perhaps not, but it allows for more kind of variation among the seasons and variation among the vintages as well. More consistent temperature would mean more consistent beer in terms of that flavor extraction.
And there's just more things going on inside the barrel. I imagine that lends to more things going on inside my mouth. That sounded weird the way I said that. Let's keep going.
Centrifuge.
Right on. So the beer's getting whipped around.
Yeah, so it uses centripetal force at a rate of like 3,000 to 8,000 RPMs to basically separate out all the solids.
Okay, so the only liquid's coming out of there.
Yep.
And then what do you do with all the solids?
Basically, they go to one of our fermenters where they're stored and then they're picked up by a freight for an ethanol plant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we can then they then redistill them into E85.
So the stuff that you make the beer out of goes into there and then becomes ethanol.
Yeah.
Wow.
The waste products.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's sustainability. All right. Number 2 on the list is a brewery that we were told would never talk to us. They're they play their cards close to the chest. They don't talk to the press. Well, that's what we were told. Luckily, our coordinating producer, Mary, doesn't take no for an answer. And once we got in, oh boy, were they awesome. Up in Decorah, Iowa, number 2 on our list of favorite places, it's Lane Goliath. There should be harps playing when you open the door to this place. When we started this show years ago, there was one brewery you said over and over again you wanted us to go to, and that was Lane Goliath in Decorah, Iowa. And we said, maybe someday. Well, today's that day. We are here in Decorah. This is Clark Louie. You are the president of Lane Goliath?
I am the president and co-founder.
Co-founder.
My wife and I started the business in 2009.
Is it only been since 2009? Why does it feel to me like you've been around forever? I mean, because I've been hearing about
our name
Goliath
travels
forever,
a lot in
right?
beer circles.
Yeah.
So that's made us mainstream to talk about a brewery that's leading edge. We bring the hops forward. We're very creative, sometimes controversial, so we're always on the consumer's lips.
But when you built this plant and the way that you make the beer, everything is designed to be, and I know this is very important to you, everything's designed to be as efficient as possible. Why is that so important?
It just makes for a better flow. It means that, number one, we are committed to constant process improvement with our beer and also with our flow. So the previous brewery we built, we didn't quite have this type of flow, so you often have teammates having to crisscross a lot. In this brewery, you'll notice as we flow, grain starts at the west end of the building, raw materials at the east end of the building, they meet in the middle and then move seamlessly right out the building.
Where do we go next?
Thought you'd never ask. We're headed to the cellar.
As we look at all of these tanks here, it's an impressive spectacle, but you're already thinking about 5, 10, 15 years in the future. When you design this place is built for growth and for more of these tanks and more delicious Toppling Goliath beer at some point.
Yes, it is. We have the infrastructure in place. So what you're looking at in here with our small row of 200 barrel fermenters and our 100 barrel fermenters is you're looking at just the tip of the iceberg. We'll fill this center part up of the cellar up with more fermenters, 200 barrel tanks and possibly some 300 and 400 barrel fermenters. So the next time you come in, or within a few years from now, this entire space will be filled with tanks.
When you're in Decorah and you're looking to play chess, don't play with Clark, because Clark is a guy who's thinking 5, 10, 15 moves ahead of the game. And I know this is something you're really proud of, and it's the canning line, right?
Yes.
So canned beer from Toppling Goliath, all the beer that we're buying on store shelves right now is made here in Decorah.
It is, that is correct.
So that's due in large part to this new canning system you have. And one of the problems with canning is that dissolved oxygen, but you guys have a way around that.
Well, it's speed and our process. You're right about that. Your cans have a little more exposure to the environment, and they obviously have a bigger surface area that's exposed to the environment. So we had the experts come in from Cronus, and we've really tweaked this machine, especially the software, and we've got it running at absolute top speed. It's about 250 cans a minute, and the great thing...
Wait. 250 cans a minute.
It's amazing to see it run.
I can't tell you, I mean, we've been to plenty of breweries on this show. It's no stretch to say this is far and away, it has to be the most impressive. Am I right? I mean, the most impressive setup we've seen.
You need to come and see it to really experience it.
No, for real. This is absolutely a trip that you have to make, the pilgrimage to Toppling Goliath. Clark, we cannot thank you enough.
Thank you.
For showing us behind the scenes back here. It's breathtaking, guys. And somehow we all knew it would be, right? It's Toppling Goliath after all. Just wonderful. Thanks again.